Alright, so today we're looking at the peavey 2... Okay, so today we're looking at the peavey Rage 258. Alright. Alright, let's hear it with the tubescreamer. You know, just boost style, no gain, volume full. Although I do have the tone only at, like, 9 o'clock. So really low, just to give it more low-end emphasis. Low-end emphasis. What is that riff? Can I even remember that? Oh man. I don't know why, it reminds me of Full House for some fucking reason. Anyway, that's so stupid. No tubescreamer now. Okay, let's look at some of the other modes, by the way. I keep forgetting. So this has been the vintage mode. Let's switch to the modern mode. This seems just like more scooped and like, I don't know, kind of like recto-ish, you know, kind of going for that sort of thing. Alright, I'm gonna switch back and forth between modern and vintage. So modern. Vintage. Modern. To my ears live, I mean, I like how vintage sounds. It's kind of weird though. It's, I don't know, I mean, maybe it's not weird, whatever, but on rectos I always seem to like the vintage mode best. For high gain and stuff, it's just way more controlled and it's just big and bold and beautiful. Oh my god. Yeah. Anyway. This has like, it sounds like there's so much low end on the modern mode, so I'm going to turn the low end down a little bit. Quite a bit. So now it's at like 2 o'clock. Ooh, I like that. Alright, let's try that again on vintage mode. Oh, it's killing my hand. But that's sounding pretty awesome to me. I don't know, that sounds like a pretty awesome like death metal tone. Like I can tell that coming out of like a 412 or something would sound super awesome. Sorry, I'm a little out of tune. Okay, turning the low end back up a little bit to 3 o'clock. And seems like a good just base to leave it at for now. And I'm dropping the mids and treble are both at noon, just straight up. So let's go back to that riff and go through those two modes and then go to the next mode. So the next mode, which is stack. Okay, so here's vintage. So here's vintage. Modern. In the new mode, stack. Holy fucking mids. So with that many mids, we need like all the highs. We need to bring the highs back. Or maybe I'll try lowering the mids. So mids are now at lower at like 9 o'clock. But let's turn them back up. Okay, so mids and high at noon, low at 3. I don't think I like stack mode. It's got potential though. I mean, there's a lot of mids, so it will cut well. It's just a little ugly on its own. Let's try the stack mode with the tube screamer. So without. With the tube screamer. without. Let's go back to... I just like vintage mode is better, I think. Sounds too bright. Okay, I'm putting the bass back up, the low end back up. Okay, so bass is full, low and mids are at noon. I'm turning gain to like 2 o'clock. No tube screamer. Okay, I'm turning the depth finder back up, high and low, near halfway. Alright, hi. So, how was that? That was noisy. Hi. So, the peavey Rage 258, right? It's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know why people complain about most stuff. Maybe for the same reason I complain about stuff. Probably not. But, it's a good amp, and it has really good tone. And it's just like, I don't know, like most gear sounds pretty good if you just do the right stuff and use it for the right thing. And, you know, I don't know, a good muting hand goes a long way. A good picking hand, but a good picking and muting hand go a long way. Yeah, a lot of these smaller amps, a lot of these smaller practice amps do need some help. An EQ will help immensely, just adding all that low end, which they need because they only have a little speaker. But if your practice amp has an output, like a preamp out or something like that, or an FX loop, whatever, sending it to like an actual cab or something will sound pretty awesome. Like, you know, these little amps, like little preamps. I mean, it's the same thing that's in preamp pedals. It's not the same thing, but do you know what I'm saying? Don't argue with me. I know what you know what I mean. Anyway, you know, it's kind of like the same thing. It's just things sound really good actually, and as long as you just pair it up with the right stuff, then you know it's quality stuff. And the preamps in these peavey Rage amps are pretty awesome. Well, it's the trans tube stuff, and most of it, I mean all of it, is pretty awesome. You know, shout outs to James Brown, of course. Anyway, so, you know, if you like this stuff, then, you know, make a comment. You know, do you like it? Do you like the sound of that thing? Do you have a little practice amp that you think is, you know, the bee's knees? So yeah, that's been fun, huh? I think it sounds great, personally. A lot of these little practice amps are, like, the preamps in them actually sound way better than people give them credit for. Because, you know, most people, you play it, you hear it, but what you're actually hearing mostly is the speaker. Is that, you know, little 6 or 8 inch speakers that is in essentially all practice amps that don't do the preamp justice. And in fact, it kind of kills it. But if you just take those preamps and put that into a real like power amp or cab or something, you know, the proper way, obviously, then you're gonna have good results. Typically, you know, especially if you're good at dialing in a tone and just having the ears to hear what needs to be added or taken away. Yeah. So, what do you think? Did you like the tone? Did you hate it? Do you think it sounds like a can of bees? People love that. I need to get a MXR full bore on this on here because I like that thing. It's brutal as heck. Heckoli. Oh my god. So yeah. Hi. So that was fun, huh? I think it sounded great, personally. A lot of these preamps, a lot of these little practice amps, the preamps in them actually do sound really good if you play them in, you know, if it has a direct out or something like that, or an FX loop, something you can send it to a different power amp, or to, even if you can take the whole thing, just skip the little speaker and then send it to an actual cab, like a 412 or whatever, you're usually going to get, like, pretty awesome results. You know, I'm not trying to sell it to you, I'm just saying, you can get good tones and really good recording tones, too, because oftentimes you'll cut a lot of the low end out to, you know, match up with the bass and kicks and all that. So, a little practice amp is kind of, like, almost ideal for that. And, you know, now that I'm saying it out loud, it's making me think, like, yeah, I've heard of that before, too. Like, I don't know if it was, like, Brian May or something using his, like, a little, you know, lunchbox amp or something like that in the studio. I'm sure a lot of people did. think like, yeah, Radiohead used like that little crappy Fender amp with the red knobs, like the tiny version or something. Anyway, yeah, did you like it? Okay, well that's that. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Like and subscribe if you want. And yeah, we'll see you soon. So I guess this is it. It's goodbye.